All right, folks, this is very exciting. We have the most important guest that we could possibly have on a Christmas
Oh my
podcast.
gosh, I have such a big smile on my face right
We
now.
got the big guy. We got the big cheese. We got Mr. Red Coat, the greatest, the one and only Santa J. Claus is with us
Santa.
straight from the North Pole. Santa, how are you? Merry Christmas.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm doing quite well. Thank you for the invitation to participate on this podcast. I'm still trying to learn all of the technologicals.
It's amazing. We're so shocked that you're even able to fit us in
Yes.
because we know this is the busiest time of the year. How are things going up at the workshop right now?
Well, right now we are what we call full steam ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of people do not realize we take all year long to prepare for Christmas. There is so much to do, but now is the season where the wish lists begin to come in, and we find out if we have made a good choice on some of the production numbers,
Yeah.
or if there are some things that we're going to have to do double time.
Sure.
Of course. I mean, what is life like in the North Pole year round? Like, is it gifts? Like you said, gifts are always being made. That's just a part of everyday life up there.
Certainly, I think that it's important to understand we have so many children throughout the world that we could not possibly be able to have it all done in time in just a few short moments.
Right.
That's a really great point.
How much time do you take off after you've delivered all the presents? You get back on Christmas Day. What's the downtime before it all starts up again?
Well, I would say that deliveries begin on the 24th, the 25th. We also have a few countries that are celebrating at the beginning of January. A lot of people
Alright.
do not understand that. But once all of the deliveries are done, I will take a week or two, maybe make a little trip with Mrs. Claus.
Oh,
And
that's
then
nice.
It's full steam ahead once again.
Wow.
Now, where do you and Mrs. Claus vacation? Because obviously, a lot of people know you very well. I mean, you got to go somewhere that's a little,
Incognito.
incognito, right?
Well, I try to be a little undercover, but I certainly love the color red. So sometimes people can spot me out and about, but we always try to do something fun, something new.
I
I think
that.
last year's vacation spot was Oahu.
Ooh.
Nice.
I love that. Now, speaking of people spotting you, I have a question for you. So my mom has sworn for many years that when she was a small child, that she saw you in the living room in her childhood home. Do you happen to remember Marilyn, maybe in the early 60s, possibly sneaking out and catching a glimpse of you?
Marilyn. Well, she was always trying to spot me, I must say. She's a very intelligent individual, always trying to find out what the gifts were before it was time.
Yes.
That's
But
awesome.
certainly she spotted me, but we try the best we can.
Yeah, that's so cool. I knew. I mean, my mom is a very honest person, so I knew that
Yeah.
she must have seen you when she was a small child. How cool that she had that very cool experience.
I remember I also saw you. I think I've told you about this, Danny. I saw you when I was about 7 or 8 years old. I'm from Chicago, and you were riding in a cab next to me as I was leaving the mall, and I saw you and you winked at me, and I knew it was you. You tried to hide, but I knew it was you.
Well, you can kind of tell in the eyes, my friends.
That's what it is.
When somebody has spotted Santa Claus out in the open.
Yes.
Yeah, speaking of, going around the world on, Christmas when you are out, delivering gifts to millions upon millions of children all around the world, is there a part of the world that's most challenging to fly your sleigh?
Well, I will say that we begin the deliveries in the South Pacific Islands,
Okay.
and we're going through New Zealand and Australia. And now we see oftentimes in the films and in the music, we hear of these beautiful white Christmases. But when we are visiting in the South Pacific, my friends, it is the summer. And it's quite warm, where you might have an individual in the Americas that would be celebrating in the snow for a ski trip at Christmas time. In Australia, they might be having a barbecue on the beach.
Wow.
And it might be a little, I'd imagine with your coat, it's got to be a little warm.
A little steamy.
Yeah,
Do you take the
flying.
coat off when you're in the warmer parts?
Well, I must say we have a few technologies hidden within the coat that keeps me
there you
warm
go.
or keeps me cool. But when we're going to the South Pacific, oftentimes there's not enough landing space for the sleigh and
That's a
reindeer.
good point.
So we have to improvise and use a little Christmas magic.
I love that. Speaking of Christmas magic, Danny and I were wondering, what do you prefer if you got the choice between going through chimneys or going through keyholes? What's your favorite entry point into a child's home to bring presents?
Well, we always have, and I don't know if you've seen this, my friends. Possibly not. Here's the key, my friends, right here.
Oh, are you
A
serious?
beautiful brass key. It's been forged by the ancient elves, my friends. A very important thing. The majority of children in the world do not have a chimney right in their home.
Right.
So some of the traditions that we follow, there might be a delivery at the window. Sometimes it is a keyhole. Sometimes it is the chimney. Sometimes it is the front door.
Yeah.
It all depends on what we are trying to respect the traditions of the culture and the traditions of the family. But I would say to pick one or the other, I I think that they're all very special indeed and all require a little bit of magic. So it's a fun ride, my friends.
I can imagine. You know, speaking of respecting traditions, one thing I love about you, Santa J. Claus, is that on your social media channels, you are so inclusive of everyone. I love that you spread this message of, everyone is welcome at Christmas. I love that, you just have such an incredible heart and your spirit is just incredible. And I just wanted to express that, like how grateful I am for you that you're just inclusive of everyone in this world.
Well, my friend, you warm my heart with your kind words. I would say that the world needs positivity. The world needs as much kindness as we each can give. And oftentimes the world wants to focus on all that is wrong, all that is negative. When you might read a newspaper or watch a television show, there might be things that are not right in the world, but we must be able to also take time each and every day to think of the good things that are around each of us. And for me, it's so very important that when I decided and made a very important decision to even participate on the social medias, that the children of the world would have an opportunity to see kindness and that they would feel within their heart my true love for each of them. It does not matter what their background is. There are individuals that are following on the social medias of every walk of life, of every background imaginable. And to be able to have a little bit of an opportunity that I can have to remind each of them that they matter, that they belong, that they are good enough just the way they are. These are all very important things indeed.
I could not agree more.
That is just great, Santa.
I'm going to start crying.
I'm crying over here,
oh my
too.
Gosh.
You're the greatest.
I think as parents, that's a message that we want to impart upon our children as well. I'm the parent of a child with a disability, and it's become my mission to let her know that she is, that she is capable and she is perfectly made. And our uniqueness, our differences are what give us our superpowers in life. And I just love that you, Santa, are spreading that message as well. It really means the world to me. So I just, want to say a huge thank you for that. So, we know that you are very busy and you've given so much of your time. This episode that Eric and I are doing, we've revealed, our top 5 ideas for new reindeer names. If you were to happen to need to bring on a new reindeer to your fleet, just in case.
If Donner's feeling a little under the weather one year, you got to slide somebody into the slot. We're just giving you some options here.
So we would love to share, a couple of the names that we came up with, and maybe you could let us know what your thoughts are on those names.
So
Certainly.
The name that I came up with is actually 2 because I know that a lot of times your reindeers come in pairs, Donner and Dasher, all those things, right? And so I thought, what do reindeers need? They need to be fast, right? Because you got a lot to do. So I thought, what about Ferrari and Ghini? Like Lamborghini, Ferrari and Ghini. And those would be like a pair that they would be very fast. What do you think?
It's something that we could give a little thought to.
That's fair.
Give a
That's
little
good
thought
enough.
to.
That's all right.
We'll let it marinate. So the number 1 name on my list, when I think of Christmas, I think of magic, I think of lights, and the name that I had was Dazzle. Was my number 1 name that I came up with. I just, thinking
Wonderful.
of like just the sparkliness of this reindeer that just dazzles in the night. But you can also say something that's very dazzling, like it just captivates you.
a dazzling reindeer with the name Dazzle. I like it. It's quite catchy. I think that Rudolph might be a little jealous.
That's true. Well, then you could have two at the front, and like maybe Rudolph's red nose could reflect off of like Dazzle, and it would make the front of your sleigh even brighter for those really, difficult, flurries that you're flying through.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Just a thought. Yeah.
Santa, I have one more quick thing before we let you go, because I know you're super busy. My son, Miles, is here today in studio with us. Could he step in real quick and just say hello to you real quick?
Miles is there. My goodness,
Oh.
I cannot wait.
Miles,
Bring him on in, my friend.
Miles, come on in.
Come here.
Here we go.
Sit on my lap like you would on Santa's lap.
Well, there you
Wonderful, wonderful, my friend. I love the Christmas cheer within your outfit. And it looks like one of my hats. You did not take my hat, did you, Miles? Well, my friend, I have a few words for you. I know that you've been working hard this year and all of the opportunities to exercise your mind and your heart. And I'm so very grateful and fortunate to be able to see that you are being a kind helper and a good listener to your grown-ups, a very important thing. So I was looking, my friend, and determining how you were going on that nice list. And do you know the nice list, the key to all of it is kindness to others and kindness to yourself.
Yes.
And my friend, I'm so very proud of you. What a wonderful thing that you have been doing. Now, I have a few little comments to make. One, make sure that you never are forgetting brushing your teeth. A very important thing. We always want to brush all of the teeth that we want to keep.
That's a great point.
Brush the ones you want to keep.
And I must tell you as well, the elves, oftentimes I'm asking, what can I be able to share with children out throughout the world? And they will say, Santa, can you please let them know to be able to take care of all of their toys, to keep all of their toys picked up? They work so very hard on the toys that we want to be able to be kind to the toys as well. And I know that you are, Miles. I'm very proud of you. Now, I have a question for you, Miles. This is very important. This might be one of the most important questions that you ever have heard. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you going to leave me a few cookies at Christmas? Wonderful, wonderful. I knew that I could count on you.
Oh, that's so
What kind of
good.
cookies do you want us to leave you, Santa?
Well, I am asked this almost every single day, multiple times every day. Santa, what is your favorite cookie? What would you love to enjoy? And I always say, my favorite cookies are the yummy ones.
That is so great.
Do you want to ask Santa anything before he goes? You want to tell him anything?
Yes.
I can tell him.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Miles. From my heart to yours, to you and your family.
That's so
May
awesome.
your season be filled with love and joy, peace and happiness, and all good things, my friends, all good things.
Yes.
The world truly needs Christmas. And I'm grateful to you and to all of you that are being able to spread a little bit of positivity and be able to enjoy the Christmas season. Everyone often asks, what is Christmas all about? And at the very, very true center of all of it is love. And I send my love to each of you.
Thank you, Santa Jay.
You're the greatest.
One more thing, Santa. My children couldn't be here today because they're a little bit younger. Would you mind just wishing a quick Merry Christmas to Emerson and Riley?
Well, Emerson and Riley, my goodness, they know how very much I care for them. And I cannot wait for them to see what we've been working on for them. I wish them all good things, all good things.
Thank you, Santa.
Thank you, Santa. And my daughter Sophie's not here, so she's saying Merry Christmas as well. Then we'll get them all covered.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
awesome. Thank
Well,
you so much, Santa. We'll let you get back
Best
to
wishes, my friends.
the
Best
work.
wishes.
All right,
Merry
Merry
It is
Christmas.
time to get back to the workshop.
Back to work.
Full steam ahead. Merry Christmas, Santa. Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
All right.
Okay, how cool was that? That was
That
amazing.
was amazing. Yeah.
We got to talk to Santa.
I mean, when we started this show, I thought, we'll get to like chat with, maybe some cool like people who've been in like Christmas movies or whatever it might be. And we have been fortunate enough to do that. But to have like the man who makes all the magic happen for all the kids
So
around the world,
cool.
Santa, here on Christmas Countdown Show.
Miles, what did you think
Mind
about
blown.
talking to Santa? What did you think? He's speechless.
No words.
Which is great podcast content.
It's the best.
Try to find some words because your silence is deafening. What did you think about talking to Santa? Was he cool?
I have no words.
He has no words. I can
Were you-
understand that.
Were you happy? Were you excited?
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, what a special experience, right?
Yes.
Not only for Miles, but for us.
Yes.
I loved looking over at you, and when Miles and Santa were getting to talk here, like you were so emotional.
Yeah.
That was
I cried a little bit.
I saw that.
I
I,
did
was
cry a
like,
little
this
bit.
is what Christmas is all about, the magic of
Absolutely.
the moment. So
Absolutely.
how cool that we got that experience, and that we got to share our reindeer names with him as well. I love that he remembered my mom and you
Yeah, he
from when you
remembered
were a
me from the
kid.
taxi cab.
Ah, that's magic.
So
That's
cool.
magic.
That's it. That it is.
Yeah.
That, as it were, it is magic. All right, folks, but that's the end of this episode.
It's true.
So you what? Oh, you talked to Santa. Yes. Now he's got words. I love it. Now we finish every episode by saying one thing from me and one thing from Danny. So Miles, you're gonna help me out, okay? You're gonna say Merry Christmas. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Merry Christmas.
And happy holidays.
All right, we'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Good job, bud.
Boom.
You did great.
Nice job, Miles.
Nice job.
This is a non-union gig.
Yeah, we're not paying you anything. That was an internship.
Ferrari, Lamborghini, Leppy, Murray, Blanky Jr., Teddy Jr., Vicano, St. Vikinglas.
But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all?
Clarice from the Rudolph special.
Had a very shiny